I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion for approval of the minutes? Anybody ready for the minutes?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
All in favor of such motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Before we get started, I wanted to make a couple of announcements that really have nothing to do with the college, but anything that has to do with our college family sort of has something to do with the college. First, we have an anniversary today. Mr. and Mrs. Dan Miller, Dan and Susie, have been married 30 years. And we have a celebrity sitting beside me, Mr. Gibson. I'm sure that some of you, not all of you, have read in the paper that he has won the placed in the Hall of Fame, I think I'm right, for agricultural agents. And this is not just a local thing, this is national. So we're very, very proud of Mr. Gibson. Not only is he a board member of longstanding, but he's also an alumnus of CAC. So big hand for Mr. Gibson. I could do that, not being on the agenda, it didn't require action.
So I think the parliamentarian would say you were out of order, but that's all.
A call to the public now. Is there anybody who has signed up? Okay. Mr. Miller, has there been an AABGB meeting?
There has not. Our next meeting is on the 24th of this month.
Okay, we'll report next month. Very good, thank you. Dr. Banks, has there been an alliance meeting?
I'm going to dare say we have group text disbanded.
Oh, it has been disbanded. Okay. Are they thinking of reorganizing?
I haven't received communication from them since 8 months now.
Okay, well, if they come back into being, let us know. We'll go ahead and probably put it on the agenda just in case.
Okay.
Thank you. And now a report from our Central Arizona College President, Dr. Elliott.
Thank you, Madam President. and Board of Governors. I have a few things to share with you. Many of you, I emailed you the legislative update, the summer report from AC4. So if you have any questions, it's a pretty lengthy report, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And it was all of the legislative decisions this past year that impacted higher education. As far as the district update, some of you are aware that we had 30 students participating this week, 30 students participating this week in the Student Support Services TRIO Bridge program. It's an intense 5-day program, residential orientation to college for our student support services students. So they actually live here on campus, and all our meals and programs are provided free to eligible students. So we're really excited that that kicked off last night. In July, we had over 35 high school students who participated in the Project Puente event, and that is a CAC USDA grant-funded program to help bridge the gap between high school and careers in agriculture. So Board Member Rick Gibson will appreciate that. We're sending more students into the agriculture field. 53, I think it was 53 9th and 10th graders, I'm looking at Kristen and Pete, participated in the first ever Young Advanced Technology Academy. And we're very proud of the work that they did, that Pete did with those students. They built a manufacturing line for cupcakes. So that was really interesting to see their assembly line that they built, programmed, and then they baked the cupcakes and they went on the assembly line. Also, the college has been selected to receive $14,000 from CVETs to create a veterans center here on campus. So we will hopefully here at Signal Peak have a veterans center to serve our veterans more effectively in a year or so. And then another thing of note is the college hosted the Casa Grande Business After Hours at the Corporate Center in July. There were over 60 individuals that attended, and interestingly enough, for some of them, that was the first time they've ever attended or been in the Corporate Center. So we were really happy to be able to host that and showcase the services that we have in the Corporate Center. And then on another note, earlier last year, I think you will remember, it was probably about August a year ago, I challenged the cabinet members to improve 10 processes within their area. And I'm happy to announce, and I promised to buy them all lunch out of my own pocket, which it's starting to get a little bit more expensive than I thought originally. But I really wanted to highlight and thank Information Technology completed more than 10 processes. Human Resources has improved 10 processes. The Finance, Business, and Administration has improved 10 processes, and Student Services has improved 10 processes. So for that many, over 40 or 50 processes have been improved within a year that has either reduced the number of times somebody has to handle a piece of paper to even financial efficiency. So we're really proud about that, and we're going to keep the challenge going another year until hopefully every department has improved at least 10 processes. So, and we don't have any correspondence today in your packet. It's summer months, kind of things slow down, and then the associations don't have any reports either because they all just got back yesterday. So anyway, that's the end of my report, and I'm happy to entertain any questions.
Any questions of Dr. Edwards?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wadkill, the Business Affairs Report.
Thank you. This happens every month, doesn't it?
There's some.
Okay, good afternoon. All right. Well, good afternoon, Madam Chair, governing board members, Madam President, Madam Secretary, colleagues, guests, friends, students, anyone else that's in attendance this afternoon. 4 items on the business affairs agenda. First one is the monthly budget report. If you look in your packets, the monthly budget report is for the month of June 2017, which is the year-end report. This is still a draft report since we are just completing all of our year-end accrual entries, and we are preparing for the auditors to come in here. Actually, they've been here a little bit already, and so they'll be working on our financial statements over the next couple of months. So these are preliminary numbers, but I'm happy to report that preliminary for the year ended June 30th of 2017. We are about 85.91% expended. Any questions on budget? Okay. Second item are the awarded purchases over $20,000, and we have a number of them that I'd like to go through today for your information. The first one is for the cart services, which is our bus service. That is to renew the annual agreement in the amount of $23,558. Second one is to contract for facilities management, Sodexo out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, $172,132.32. Next one is maintenance supplies. That is to create the open purchase order for supplies in the maintenance area for the year. Ranger out of Phoenix, Arizona, for $25,000. Next one is to create an open PO for our gas purchases for unleaded gasoline, Synergy Petroleum out of Phoenix, Arizona, for $20,000. Next one is software maintenance. It's hosting deploy expenses, Campus Management Corp, Boca Raton, Florida. That is a 2-year implementation for our new ERP system. Hosting costs, $404,955. The next one is to Central Plant Valve Conversions, Advanced Controls Corporation out of Tucson, Arizona, $74,519.21. And that is to convert the valves to provide better monitoring of our chiller systems and moving away from the pneumatics. The next one, service and support for data network cabling. Herbert Fitzpatrick out of Casa Grande, Arizona, in the amount of $20,000, and that is cabling support for the IT department. Next one, network design, configuration, deployment, and maintenance. Avid Consulting out of Tucson, Arizona, in the amount of $20,000, and that is consulting services for the IT department. Next one is phone services with CenturyLink out of Phoenix, Arizona, $20,000. Then we have the annual fees for 25 Live. 25 Live is our scheduling system for the district, and that is to CollegeNet Inc. out of Portland, Oregon, in the amount of $42,000. A few more that we have. iMac computers for creative arts. Apple computers out of Austin, Texas. That is to purchase the iMacs for the Mac Lab in the amount of $41,053.73. Food services, Aviance out of Roseville, Minnesota. That is the food services for the board for the students that will be living on campus in the dorms starting next week. Next one is locker room remodeling. Skyline Builders and Restoration out of Phoenix, Arizona, $86,557.05. That is to remodel the locker rooms at the gymnasium here at the Signal Peak campus. Restroom remodeling, also Skyline Builders and Restoration in the amount of $57,553, and that is to remodel the restrooms located in the gym at the Signal Peak campus. Maintenance for emergency warning systems, Stanley Convergence Security Systems out of Naperville, Illinois. That is to purchase the preventive maintenance for the entire district on the emergency warning systems in the amount of $39,784. Architect services, this is Architect Services, Architecton, Signal Peak Campus, Architecton out of Tempe, Arizona, $547,475. Admin information systems, project management services, Campus Works, Bradenton, Florida, $233,998. That is to contract for the project manager for the implementation of the new ERP system. Burn tower restoration. This is to restore our burn building that we have here at the Signal Peak campus. Fire Facilities Inc. out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, $53,188.21. Oracle database licensing fees. Oracle Corporation out of Redwood Shores, California, $131,321.94. That is to renew the annual license and support. Banner software license fees. The Lucian Company out of Chicago, Illinois, $210,505.90. This is to renew the annual license and support. This will be our last year we do this as we go into our new system starting next fiscal year. Dorm room furniture, Southwest Contract, Temple, Texas, $128,362.39. That is to purchase replacement furniture for the dorm rooms. A lot of them. With that, I will entertain any questions.
Question?
The Sodexo, is that for janitorial services?
That is for services, our administrative position, that's your Ernesto position.
Oh, okay. Right.
More questions?
The next one is intergovernmental agreements. This is for the period of time January 1st through June 30th of 2017. We present this to the board twice a year, showing 6 months worth of activities. I won't go through them all. There are a handful of them on a couple of pages. Most of these are either intergovernmental agreements and or memos of understanding. Most of them with our local elementary school districts and so forth. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have on those agreements. Okay. Then the last thing I have is to provide a construction update. We have representatives here from both the architectural firm and the contractors. So I'll ask them to come up now, and Mr. Chris Kelly is from Architect Don. He'll be presenting from the architects, and after him will be Austin King from DPR Construction. So they'll give us a little update on where we've been, where we are currently, and where we're going. Turn it over to Chris.
Thanks, Dr. Elliott, Madam President, Governing Board. Thank you for having us here. I think we just need to get the presentation up. Do we have a remote, or do I just need to? It's not that one. We just wanted to walk through the design as it stands, and then DPR will bring you up to speed on the schedule, the current schedule, and we'll answer any questions you have. And we have some drone video footage as well to see the progress of the project. So next slide. I just wanted to our team members, there are quite a few people working on this project. Not least DPR who helped keep us on track throughout this whole process. Next slide, please. This is just a general reminder of how we ended up where we were at. This was originally a single building, but during the course of design realized that building uses really needed to be in completely separate places on the campus. This was just a zoning diagram showing us the difference between academic and administrative, student life, and how those different pieces were distributed across the campus. So that's how we ended up with the science building up in the academic core and the student community down closer to where most of the student life is happening. Next slide, please. So this is what we ended up with. We have 2 buildings going in. The Union on the south, where the green is, and science up in the north, and events. Next slide, please.